Everyone's still in the pits.
All right, hello. Welcome to France, Baguette Land. It's round 6 of Tier 3. I'm joined by two wonderful gentlemen, Kia and Righteous. Hello.
That's very kind of you. I would not
Good
describe
evening.
myself,
How are you?
myself that way.
So, thoughts on France as a country?
Cheese-eating surrender monkeys?
I mean, the country is great. The people, take it or leave it.
I mean,
the track.
listen, it's Monday.
Yeah.
It's Monday, right? We can spoil this. Congratulations, Pierre Gasly, for a completely deserved win in Monza. The first in, I don't know, 240 years for France, because they're bad.
Yeah. And
Gasly's been doing well though. France is a track though. I enjoy it. It's easy to drive.
I don't enjoy it. I think it's as a track. I think it could be more fun.
You know what? I enjoy it more as an airport than a track.
First cars. Are
France?
out.
Yeah, there's an airport attached to the track. You can fly it in Microsoft Flight Simulator if you want.
Just land on the track.
Or you could land on the airport that's attached to the track like a normal person, but sure.
Well, both the Avatars are out. Others are following.
And yeah, I'm already doing a better job than Gore. I have my telemetry and my full minimap and my timing and my tires on.
Nice.
And Gore can make it today. He's racing in an inferior league.
That shall not be named, because its name is frankly disgusting and makes several references to sex toys and racial slurs.
So I'm looking at Refrax here. He's
Won every race so far.
won every race so far. Yeah, and AlphaTauri boys doing a good this season. But who's your contender? I think for P2. I'm looking at maybe a dark horse for P2, especially with these tire strategies. I think a couple of people chose to go medium hard, as are Fife and Cappy.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the lay of the land at the moment for Tier 3, but I do have a couple of snippets. I don't expect Rad to do well. He seemed very panicked. He updated his wheel drivers a couple of minutes before the race started, and as far as I know, he's still sorting out those issues.
It's always great to.
Ooh, Refrax
start your
misses
preparations right
misses
before the race.
turn 1 apex a little bit. Could have cut that corner a lot more.
He's also... Is he going for a hot lap on softs? I'm not.
Yes, he
I'm not
is.
sure a man of his speed really should be doing that. But you know what? They always say that just because you're fast doesn't mean you're strategically sound. That is what they say.
Well, if you take care of your tires, you can do a soft medium here. No problem.
Well, I think taking care of your tires is a little problem. So maybe not no problem. And especially, I mean, it is France, so it is a bit hard to pull out a safety car, but I still believe in our Tier 2 boys' ability to, or sorry, Tier 3 boys' ability to pull out a race neutralization, so that should definitely help tire wear. Refrax is now going through the final sector. He's kept it fairly planted so far. Does anyone know what kind of setup he races on? I imagine he has.
He has a controller, I believe.
Oh.
Believe it or not. You definitely did not know that leading up to the question.
No, his inputs are extremely smooth.
So the time to beat is a 1:29.9. We'll see if anyone else can go under 1:30. I was wondering if his teammate, as he crosses the line here, can beat him. Nope, 3 seconds behind. Cappy separates them. Yeah, gaps here already very big, up to 4.5 seconds now.
From what I understand, they're targeting a 1:33 even about for their race times. So these are pretty good. 4, 5, and 6 might want to try to improve. Cappy with the mediums of 31.3.
Juan does a decent lap there. Sets about 1 second behind Refrax though. Rad and Bacon Sushi. Rad actually lets Bacon go by. Bacon Sushi runs a little wide on the exit. That'll compromise his speed down the main straight. 32.1. That's enough for P7, just under a tenth behind the Williams of Drake and Wolf. We've got Trash Panda next across the line in the red Fawawi. This will be somewhere in the 131s, yeah, 31.7. Splits just behind P5 now. Eiston, I think, crossed the line now, P7. And I believe that's most first laps complete. Rad, I think, Rad just started one. Slick is in sector 1. Bacon will be the next one to finish a lap.
And it looks like the medium, or the top 3 medium runners, 5, 6, and 7, are fairly close in terms of position, but their times vary pretty wildly. 5 tenths from Cappy to Draken, and then another 2 to Trash Panda, who just gets split by. Draken just splits Trash Panda and Cappy.
Oh, Bacon! I'm not sure what that was. The last sector. Gonna set a 138.4. He messed up last couple corners. I think he just gave up on that hot lap. But here's Radical in the Racing Point. Can he beat his teammate in P11? Yes, he can. P8 for young Rad on the medium tires. So Cappy's in soft right now. P5 on the mediums.
Looks like Refrex has fitted the mediums for his next lap. I'm not sure what the idea there is. I think he's gonna wait for track evolution, obviously, but I don't know whether he'd be able to beat a 29.9 on.
Ooh, Slick, 30.1 on mediums. That's a great lap from him. Up into P2, and that's faster than a lot of the soft runners. So great lap from him. Just barely slower than Refrex on the softs. He'll be happy with that. But again, we talked about this a lot when it comes to qualifying on mediums. You really want to consider waiting a little bit more to set those times, because track evolution is gonna really come into play. What a lot of people do is they, overfuel, do 5 or 6 laps of fuel, and they plan for 2 hot laps on the mediums, just so they not only maximize track evolution but also have a second chance if they invalidate.
Absolutely, but there are essentially 2 schools of thought with mediums. Either you set it just a bit early in the session so you can cover yourself off with a soft run if need be, if your track position for your medium run was not good enough, or it falls later in the session, or you could go for the more risky but risk it for the biscuit, where you do wait till the end to go for the mediums to maximize track evolution and just hope that it's good enough to get you where you want to be. It looks like Reflex is out on his out lap for the medium tires.
He is taking his time.
Yeah.
Here. I mean, I'm not slick with a
29.9 takes pole position on the softs. On the mediums.
Yeah.
Mediums. I'm not sure too much of the T3 times and what they've usually been setting, but there's definitely a lot of time on the track they're not getting. So it's definitely possible he can do a faster lap here from Refrax, but he's going to have to do better than that. It was a little slow coming out of the final corner there.
Yeah, you do want to take your final sector, your final corner a bit slow, just so you can, minimize entry but maximize your exit speed. But that was not it, and he goes a bit deep into turn 1 and invalidates.
Oh, invalidates that. Yep.
He's got a bollard stuck under his front wing, so he's gonna need to save up and go for another try.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of invalidating early, is that you can just save some energy, which is actually not what he's doing right now. Still in mode 2, but you can save energy and have another hot lap right after.
You can see he's going slow. He's trying his best not to wear his tires.
Yeah, and also letting some traffic by. That's Chewy, who invalidated his first lap on the soft, so he'll try again. He brakes a little too early for the chicane and has to change his steering to not cut the corner. Next turn should be easy flat, and so it is. He's low on fuel though, getting that indicator, so hopefully it doesn't run out before the timing line. Does a great job in there in a long right-hander.
There's a dive down and more. Really,
Yeah, he did
really cut that.
completely missed the apex there and went fairly wide. Watching and here
Oh,
too.
big mistake there, yep. Those late apexes, this is why I really don't like France. Just late apex after late apex, and he runs wide on the exit of the last corner, coming across the line. This will be somewhere in the 30s.
He's only at
31.
50% energy. I think he's gonna go for another one here, if he has enough fuel to make it.
Blue Cow is 5/10 slower. on
Refrax
his
ducks
delta.
into the pits.
Yep, so Refrex is not set one more lap. Might be low on fuel then.
Yeah,
No.
he did not have enough fuel to set another lap.
So-
I
He's
imagine
on
he
low
is
fuel
gonna
mode.
come back up.
So Bacon Sushi, one of the people to set their first times on mediums, now setting his time on softs. So you can tell, if he's outside the top 10, might as well call on the softs. Wonder what the difference in pace here will be. His first time was a 32.1. His second time will be a 30.7. So 1.3 second improvement. That'll be on the second row from him. Just behind SoCal, who's on the mediums.
Yeah, that is the highest we have for soft tires so far. Well,
Refrax
that's
is up
for
there.
fitted tires, yeah. That is the second highest, and it does look like Refrax is staying on the mediums for his next lap. He's just gonna wait a few seconds before heading out again.
So Juan Saria on the softs yet again, locks up to the last corner. Needs to get the power down nicely. There's so many lines here, you never know which one is the actual timing line. That's P3 for him, good lap.
Improves by half a second.
Yeah, and you can see the track is definitely starting to wear out now. Still 5 minutes left in the session, as we know we have to add a minute onto the session timer.
Yep.
So still a good opportunity for everyone. In the pits.
Rad has a chance to improve on his first medium time. He did a second lap, and he improves by just under 2/10. I'm moving up to P10. Good position from him actually. You really want the that free tire choice if he does get pushed back to P11. That'd be a nice fresh set of either hards or mediums that you start on.
I think it might be a better choice to come in and try to play the safety car or something and set a time on softs, rather than just waiting to be knocked out, which is almost definite at this point because he's 4 minutes left in the session and still has one more hot lap to set.
So
He's,
Quirk up into P12, Peach, his teammate behind him, up into P5. Some Mercedes towing action there. Interesting to see how much time they gain doing that. There's the AlphaTauri of Refrax setting up his lap on mediums again. He has about 4 minutes. So he'll have 2 laps easy, I think.
And you can see the benefit of taking it slow for him. He's only on 3% wear across all of his tires, whereas Rad, after completing his 2 hot laps, was on 9%. So the slow out laps really helped him.
So Slick in a good position right now, but let's see if Refrax could snatch pole on the mediums from him.
Yeah, we're right on board here. Once come into here, bring it down to 5th, not 4th. Really take that in tight and set this up wide so you can gain as much speed coming into here and modulate the throttle. Coming
It's a
out,
bit
should be
late on the
flat
acceleration.
now. Really cut that. Use as much of the track as possible. Come up to the chicane, you want to pop it down into 4th and carry as much speed as possible, using as much of the corner as possible. More than that, really swing it out wide so you can set this up so you can really get back in the throttle early. And it's just flat out here until the 3rd sector.
He's not gaining any time. He's plus 0.01 on his delta. He needs to find lots more time in the 3rd sector, about half a tenth.
Just want to be on the brakes and barely coming down through the gears. Keep it tight in here. Get that late apex. And here you want to turn in hard while downshifting through. It needs to be tighter than that. And then swing it out wide left so you can set this up, gain as much speed. Coming down the straight, it gets a little loose through there. And it'll be close.
No, loses 2/10 there in the middle.
4 seconds slower.
Yeah, in the third sector, and that's Slick in a really good spot here. And Refrax saving energy. I wonder if he's gonna go for one last hot lap. I think I would.
He does not have time. He does not. Sorry, he doesn't have fuel to.
Oh yeah, you're right. So that's Slick could be on pole unless some of these soft runners can have a banger at the end. Let's run over with Blue Cow, who's coming across the line now. He's about half a tenth down on his time for sector 2. Let's see if he finds some time. He did, about a tenth and a half, but that's not enough to move him up a spot. We've got a Haas of Bacon Sushi. I think that's going to be starting hot lap. Yes, he is. Bacon Juice invalidated, and Juan Saria's retired. That's was in the pits. So,
I'm not quite sure what SoCal is doing.
yeah, he's on an out lap.
I don't know if he was trying to make the line in time, but he doesn't have enough, and he's putting unnecessary wear on those tires, I think.
Oh, there's still 1 minute left in quali. Obviously, there's that timing bug. So what we see is different from what the drivers see. So there's still 1 minute left in quali to start a lap.
Ah.
Yeah, you can thank Codemasters for that one.
Oh, that's a Mercedes coming out of the pits. Quirk. So he's abusing the timing bug. That
Yeah,
should
Quirk.
not be a valid lap.
Yeah, so Quark, anyone who starts their hot lap after 2 minutes timer meeting on the top left of your screens, those laps should be invalid, and they might get a penalty if they complete it. So keep an eye on the minimap for that. Drake and Wolf around turn 1. And Drake and Wolf invalidates at the exit of turn 2. And that'll
Josh
be...
Bennett is coming to finish his lap on the softs here.
Yep, he's 6/10 up in his time. Where can he be crossing the line? He's in
Mega lap
P9.
right now.
Yeah, breaks into the top 10. Pushes Cappy, who had a decent lap earlier in the session, to P11. And Bacon Sushi up into P3.
Absolutely, yeah. What a mega lap by him as well.
But anyone who hasn't started a lap now has to retire. And we see Cappy doing so. I just want to make sure everyone's following the rules here. Ison's 8/10 up on his time. That might be enough for a P10 finish as well. Yes, it is. P9, right next to his Red Bull teammate Blue Cow. Great lap from him. And is that Peach on an out lap?
Someone's gonna have to tell Quirk to retire.
So Peach is starting a hot lap here.
I believe that was the
Hold on.
I think that was a Mercedes that Kia was talking about earlier.
Yeah, so Peach is starting a hot lap after the session's ended. Really hope he doesn't complete it, otherwise he'll have a quali ban for next race, and no one wants to have that happen.
Well, it looks like he's trying.
Yeah, he's still trying. Quirk also... no, Quirk I think is finished trying, but Peach is still going. Will he have enough time to actually finish the lap? I don't think so. I think the session will actually end. Actually, I'm not sure how long that'll time. Actually, no, I think he has still a minute and a half left in the session. When it comes to like it actually ending, obviously he should not finish this lap.
So let me get this straight. We were in watching qualifying start, but the drivers weren't in for the start yet.
Yeah, so on our screen, the first minute of qualifying, was Peach actually gets lucky and invalidates there, otherwise that would be a DSQ. Yeah, so our session timer is 1 minute ahead of everybody else's, meaning that yeah, the first minute that we see, they're actually, I think, in their tire compound selection.
So apparently, the the delay was not 1 minute this time. It was 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So the Peach and Quirk both apparently had valid laps.
Well, Peach invalidated and Quirk, I think, abandoned.
Yeah.
So in the end, it doesn't really matter, but that is great news.
Grosjean, Leclerc, and Sainz have joined us.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Meat Shield, actually. Meat Shield's still on track. But he's also invalidated, so... and Bacon Juice, his only lap was that one where we saw where he completely abandoned in the last sector, so I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. But we got Slick on pole on mediums. Mega lap from him. Great job in qualifying, but obviously the race is what matters most. Refrax will have the better pace off the line on his softer tires, but in the long run, look for Slick to have an important first stint. As we just wait for Meat Shield to retire, one of our new drivers. I don't blame him for not knowing that he needs to do it manually.
Well, no, he drove into the pits, so he didn't need to do it manually. He needed to wait for his pit crew to put him in the. Put him in.
Oh.
Well, there you have it. We have Slick on pole by half a tenth on mediums. Great result from him. Can we see a Refrax not winning a race today?
Maybe. Yeah, Slick's pace on mediums was amazing compared to Refrax, who couldn't even beat his soft time on mediums. He came close, but wasn't able to. So I think Slick probably does have the best chance to get at him, unless something happens to Slick, or a safety car comes out and disrupts strategy, and starting on mediums turns out to not be the better option. But as we said, like, there's so much runoff in France, you have to really try to pull out a race neutralization.
Yeah.
He had some decent pace, so I'd like to see something out of him.
Yeah, that's a great result from him. I think he qualified in P3, so it'd be great to see him on a podium. I mean, as long as 5 gets points, it's a good race.
I think that is it.
So, as always, folks, safety car and VSC predictions. It's France, lots of runoff, but I'm going to say we'll have 1 VSC today.
I'm a bit more casually
I'm gonna go one full safety car.
I think 1 safety car, probably 2 VSCs, no safety car.
2 VSCs.
Yeah, if we look at the predicted strategy,
so soft medium for those who are starting on the softs, and then medium hard for those starting on the mediums.
Yeah.
And interesting to see Quirk actually in P14 starting on the softs. Not really what I would recommend people outside the top 10 to do on this track. Cappy going on the hards, I think that's a wise choice. I think Rogue did that a while back, and that worked out for him very well. Everybody else outside the top 10 starting on mediums. Bacon Juice also on the hards, and Slick and SoCal in the top 10 qualified on the mediums. So yeah, interesting to see how the Slick and Refrax compare on different strategies. I think Refrax needs to have a mega start and just pull away as much as he can on this first stint, and try to overtake in the second and third as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone caught it, but we should be expecting the soft runners to pit around about laps 6 to 8. I'm not entirely sure what the mediums said.
Should be around 12 to 14, I believe.
Yeah, about lap 12, I think I would pit for the hards from mediums. But yeah, interesting to see how Quirk can move his way up through the field on the softs, which he really needs to do in the opening laps. Otherwise, his strategy is out the window. Meanwhile, people like Peach need to get past SoCal. Again, the tire advantage will be superior for soft runners compared to mediums at the start.
I'm just hoping our dirty air is as bad as real life, because that would really hamper some of these race strategies and throw a spanner into the works. Congratulations, nobody was disqualified from the formation lap. That's a good start to the race. That's good off.
Yeah. Already better than tier 2.
Of course we are. Getting a bit sleepy there.
Yes. Anyway, we're lining up here for the grid. I'm gonna run on board with Refrax as he starts his race. I wonder if he's gonna be hoping for a better start compared to Slick, as Meat Shield is disconnected. But we got 3, 4, 5 red lights
And there's
in
yellow
Le
flag
Castellet.
already.
It's oldest bug in the game, and away we go. Oh, Slick actually gets a bad start. Oh, has a little bit of wheel spin, and now he's gonna lose 1 position. Will that be 2 positions? No, maintain 2nd place. Going to turn 1. That's gonna be a Williams in contact with an AlphaTauri, but both of them stay alive there. That's a slow. Oh, it's a big spin. That's SoCal sideways now, losing some wing, and Juan Sarri I think was the one who came in contact with him. Yeah, 2 alphas back into P15, P16. Got Cappy now, getting some pressure from the 2 racing points, and the Williams of Drakenwolf pushing Pfeiffer out wide, and Pfeiffer losing a position out of Quirk.
And just at the back here, both of the alphas are fighting each other hard. Wansario is was cutting across his teammate,
and they're 3 wide.
3 wide into the chicane down the back straight. Luckily, it disperses a bit, so it's just a racing point of the alpha. Pfeiffer knocks into Wansario coming through the chicane at the back straight, but no spins, so we're all good there. The 3 wide dissipated before the chicane happened, so no big calamity there.
And Refrax already building that 1 second gap we talked about. Needs to do that for this first stint. And but Slick, built a gap behind Bacon Sushi now on the mediums. It's really impressive. The Bacon Sushi under pressure from Peach and Chewy, a little bit of a train forming already at the end of lap 1.
Yeah, and I think while Refrax can put in his 1 second advantage, that seldom negates the entire advantage of strategy that Slick will have through the first stint of the race, and how Refrax is going to need to manage that. He could go soft medium, but I would not count on it.
Chewy gets a nice run through turn 2. Not using any overtake, but you can smell that he's anticipating a... Oh, Blue Cow actually dives down the inside. That's a huge move from him. Did not expect that at all. We're running aboard with Chewy there. Blue Cow came out of nowhere and gained that position very cleanly. Up into P5 and P7 for the Red Bull boys. And looks like Chewy goes actually wide, coming onto the back straight. Now Eiston's going to get a much better run compared to him. He's already side by side, almost side by side, but I think Chewy's using a little bit more energy to maintain the position here. And Eiston lifts and has to wait for the possibly the next straight. Now Chewy perhaps challenging Blue Cow now. So decent battle here for P5 or P4 even. Yeah, Chewy.
They're all playing within DRS of each other, which will come in handy down this super long straight for them.
Peach goes wide and allows Blue to recover a lot of room. That was almost an overtake opportunity. Yeah, Peach is just going really, really wide here, and it's allowing Blue to have some looks. He's gonna need to keep it in mind for the next few corners if he can set up an overtake. Oh, nearly rear ends him as well. Coming to the final turn now. It's a drag to the start line.
Got a sector. That's Drakenwolf. He's come in contact, I think, with the wall possibly. It's gonna be down.
Peach does have some right wing damage, so it's really contributing a lot to his understeer, and his tires are very hot right now as well.
Looks like Juan Sarri is reconnected now. He's going to be battling up the field. Oh, sorry, Juan Sarri was the one who had that incident with Mitchell who disconnected. Yeah, as now DRS is enabled, so we'll see a nice little train forming up. And maintaining that gap of 1 second ahead is crucial.
Peach defends to the inside for the chicane, retains his position. There's Blue Cow did not have enough room to get that.
Oh,
done
but Blue
there.
Cow has a much better exit. Coming out of the chicane, now they're side by side with the Peach. A lovely little camera angle here of them going side by side. Flat out through that corner, still side by side.
Blue
We'll
Cow
see.
picks up a 3-second penalty.
Oh,
Back there.
Peach spins!
Yeah. That's Peach going sideways. Oh, that's Blue Cow spinning as well. By himself completely. And now he's going to return right behind Peach. As they were. Oh, that's a
And spins
That's
around.
dirty.
Coming
That's,
right
no.
very sketchy.
And he's revving it in neutral.
That is how the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think what happened there is Peach definitely caught himself on the rear axle of
Oh, and he spins again. Just based on the
Blue
hot. Needs to cool his tires ASAP
These-
here.
these tires are hotter than liquid magma. Let me tell you, they're 120 degrees at peak. They're starting to come down now, but and
there he goes again.
Yeah, reheating. Wow. Yeah, the core temps of the tires are getting really hot, so it's harder to cool the surface temps.
Anyway, we're running board now with Cappy, who just lost the position to Rad. Going into the back straight here. Still has DRS though, so he won't. Oh, actually, Quirk getting passed by Juan Saria. Juan Saria, lots of pace coming down the back straight, and does well in a braking there. And the Quirk has to actually lock up to avoid hitting Juan Saria at the exit of the chicane. But Juan Saria has lots more straight line speed, I feel like. Either that or he's using more energy, but now Juan Saria comes along side by side with the Renault. Cappy turns into him, and that's Juan Saria being spun around. It's 90 degrees. Coming to the flat out right-hander. And that might be a report headed Cappy's way. So we're checking in with the leaders up top here. Slick just barely out of the DRS zone of Refrax, but still Refrax not pulling away as much as he needs to now. Now will be the point where his softs will be about as fast, if not even slightly slower than Slick's mediums. Juan Saria is pitting now. I think he got some damage from that incident. Trash Panda looks to the inside into turn 1, but that's not a good angle to approach that. Needs to be side by side with Chewy if he wants to make a move there.
A lot has happened, and we are not even done with lap 5.
Yeah, battle for P5 is heating up here. Train behind the Williams of Chewy, involving 5 or 4 of the cars here, with Quirk running out the back of the train here. I don't think we'll see any passes here except for maybe Trash Panda on Chewy, because Chewy doesn't have DRS. Squeezes him onto a little bit wide there, but that's up into P5 for Trash Panda.
And Cappy's by Rad.
Oh yeah, and did make it by Red, so despite having DRS, Radical losing a spot here, but still needing to maintain a position.
Oh.
Chewy.
Rad's got so much more ERS than Cappy does. I think this is gonna
Rad
be
did not defend at all. He has a lot more energy, and
And,
the rest of these guys
and
are-
crucially, Cappy's on the hard tires. He started outside the top 10.
Oh, Cappy's making a move now on Chewy. That was close.
Yeah, this is a huge battle here. I think less than a second separated these 4 drivers here. That's a Renault of Cappy going down the inside. Can he make the move stick? Now has the outside for the next corner. Has to get the power down nice and early, but that's the tire advantage right there. You see him on the hard, struggling to get the power down early, but now he has DRS. He has a slipstream. He's going to go to the inside of Chewy here. Can he make the move going to the turn 1?
This
Yes, he
could
can.
be-
Oh, Chewy actually left a lot of space, and that left the door open for Radical as well. Almost
Oh,
got spun around and was Radical. Now they're side by side, going to turn, I believe, 3. And they're still side by side. Now Chewy will have the inside line for the next corner. Will he make the dive to the inside? No, closes the door. Does Rad, and now let's Rad up. It's a P7. That's a Quirk spinning behind them during all of that. Resets the track, but does take some wing damage. And that's Pfeiffer passing him up into P9. Quirk spinning on his own there. Just caught some either some dirty air or just lost the back end. But Cappy up into P6 on hards. Huge first in for him so far. Oh, and Slick's got up to Refrax here within the DRS zone now. So as we said earlier, that tire advantage coming into play.
Battle for fifth, very aggressive from everyone.
Oh, Refrax pits. So 5 laps, or end of lap 6, I guess, is how long the...
Cappy spins, Rad's by, and so is Chewy. He just spins on exit, absolutely no contact there. That was entirely just throttle-induced oversteer.
Wow, so that's the second driver. And
Rejoin!
oh!
Oh my god!
That is some
Ghosty
lucky...
saved his life.
Yes, that is some very lucky ghosting here. And he's really struggling on his line right now. That's Quirk pitting after he's getting damage. Everyone on softs. I think everyone who started on soft is pitting except for maybe Blue Cow. We'll see if Blue Cow does as well. Actually, no, Eiston's staying out. But already, you know, that's how long those softs last around here. It's 6 laps.
Cappy immediately going for another move on Dragon Wolf here. Does not get it done turn 1. I think if I was in his position, I'd be trying to calm down my tires just a bit. You know, spinning that severely, that quickly is there's gonna be some lasting damage there.
Well, they keep getting themselves into trouble because they're taking every corner as a passing opportunity rather than being patient, waiting for the prime opportunity to strike.
Absolutely.
These guys are going wheel to wheel pretty much every corner, every lap.
Draken is actually out of energy. He was on 0% coming down the back straight. So this presents a really good opportunity to Cappy, who's at least saved some of his, and for Bacon to really get away, who's on 50%.
Slick sets fastest lap, 33.7 on the
yeah,
mediums.
it just shows you what a bit of clean air can do. Who's just over a second behind Refrax the entire first 7 laps.
And Eiston is into the pits after 6 laps on his softs.
And Refrax is back into third, but he is over 20 seconds behind. It'll be interesting to see whether Slick can maintain that pit stop advantage, or whether Refrax is going to start reeling him in. We saw that Refrax was slower on his set of mediums during qualifying. He wasn't able to get the same pace out of them that Slick was, but Slick is on a more worn set, so we'll have to see whether he is able to really put some distance between himself, or if Slick is going to be able to put some distance between himself and Refrax when Refrax has to contend with Radical Aardvark.
Cappy and Draken was battling there. Draken went wide in turn 5, I believe, and then Cappy saw his opportunity, but then Draken closed the door in the next corner. They made slight contact, and now Cappy is back where he was, getting a lot of time behind the slipstream of Draken, but not enough to make the move at the end of this straight. He needs to get a good exit on this one. Draken goes wide. That'll be the opportunity now. And overtake is on. No, it turns it back off. Not enough energy for him just yet. But yeah, Cappy eagerly making ways through the fields, perhaps even a little bit too eagerly. Yeah, oh! I thought he was going to dive into the inside there.
Draken was on the brakes pretty hard there coming into that turn. Cappy down on the inside now, looking for a move. Bacon Juice holding them both up. See if Cappy goes for another move here.
Refrax on the fresh mediums up into P2. Cappy tries to go on the outside, but needs to have a better exit here. He will have DRS, but as will Draken, so it'll be hard for him to make a move here. Yeah, definitely hard to be the third car in a 3-horse DRS train.
But that does give you an opportunity for a double overtake if the time comes.
Yeah, now Bacon Sushi behind is caught up to this pack. And we've got yet again another battle for P5.
I do not see this ending well for someone.
Yeah, I agree. Bacon catching some oversteer, as does Cappy on the exit.
Bacon
Turn
Juice
6.
has a lot of energy left. Draken, not so much. Draken is going to run out. So Cappy's going to close pretty quick.
Oh, that's a very... Oh! That was a very late moves there. Cappy finds his way past Bacon Juice. Bacon Juice, I think, loses 2 positions now. They're going to go too wide. Going to the fast right-hander. And, oh, Cappy cuts the track to make that work. Gets a 3-second time penalty for that. He's up into P6. Yeah, as you said, Righteous, not enough patience here from these drivers. Not places where you usually see overtakes, and they're trying to force their way past the car ahead. Drakenwolf runs wide.
They're driving way too hard to try and either gain pace or keep someone from passing them, and it's causing them to... One corner leads to the next and leads to the next. You screw up one corner and then you're not set up for the rest of the sector. I don't blame them for trying to take the opportunity, but sometimes, you know, the space is just a space. It's not an opportunity for you to put yourself in there, let them make the mistake, and then capitalize in the traction zones.
Just a bit of an update for you from the battle at the front. Refrax is reeling in Slick only in the first sector. In sector 2 and 3, they're about even, but they're between 4 and 2/10 quicker in sector 1. Refrax is than Slick. So this is a really interesting battle. I think the tire advantage definitely favors Slick in this sense. Because while he is on the fresher tires, Refrax just isn't able to make the time he needs.
The two Bacon side by side going to the chicane, and Sushi comes out of top of Juice there. Bacon Sushi up into P7. Used a lot of overtake to make that move down to 50%. But Bacon's actually, or his Juice is using even more. And actually now he's fallen. So during that battle, that 4-way battle kind of split into 2 separate battles of 2, and now the gap behind Cappy is over a second. You see Bacon Sushi can actually close into that DRS zone, which he actually does quite well. Yeah, Cappy makes a mistake at the exit there. And now he's back into DRS now. Cappy needs to make his move around Draken as soon as possible. Oh, but not like that though. Goes a little wide coming out of the exit of the last corner. And there it is. Sushi gets a much nicer exit. Bacon Juice, lap 9, is actually pitting. I wonder what the reason for that is. But that's Bacon Sushi up into P6. But that's Cappy trying to force his way back into turn 1 after getting the slipstream again.
Slick's tires are pretty worn. 10 laps in, he's over 50% on his left-hand side tires.
Yep. Look for him to make a pit stop for the hards.
But Refrax is really making his fronts work hard. He's up over 20% in only 4 laps. So Slick can get a couple more laps out of his tires.
Yeah, I think Refrax is probably going to have to switch off this set of mediums to the end. He's going to reach about 60% wear at lap 19.
Slick is going in.
Sorry, Refrax. Oh yeah, Slick is going in.
Bacon Sushi now, they're going to go too wide again. Sorry to interrupt you. This is not going to end well, I think, for these guys. Flat out right-hander. Actually, no, Draken, fair enough for him. Leaves enough space on the inside of that flat out right-hander.
Cappy goes really wide.
Yeah, as does Drakenwolf. Now Cappy's going to get a much better run out of the exit of that fast right-hander. Looks to the inside, but this is a late apex here, and Draken's going to get a much better traction going around. Slick onto the hards now. Those are lost until the end. But yeah, as you said, Refrax will need to pit again. He will not be able to make those tires last until the end of the race. Drakenwolf locks up and go last corner. Now it's going to be side by side going down the main straight here. But it's Cappy who's going to have DRS. It's Cappy who's the one who's using overtake. It's going to go down the inside. Now Draken has nowhere to go, and that's going to be up into P5 for Cappy on the hards. Going to look for maybe 5 or 6 more laps on them before pitting into mediums.
Yeah, and it's incredibly apparent to see when you're watching Cappy drive. There's a lot of corners where he's just taking a lot of cuts, which is kind of easy to do. Like, he goes wide right there. Probably picks up a warning. This track is not punishing on its runoff, so drivers will decide to abuse that and get punished accordingly. But there is the incentive to do it anyway, and the time penalties sometimes are not big enough of a deterrent.
Oh, Eiston catches some oversteer at the exit of the chicane. Saves it though. I thought for sure he's gonna be heading towards the wall, but after all that time gained under DRS, about half a tenth down the drain, right back, and now he's out of the DRS zone. Behind him is Trash Panda, who's on 5 levels soft, so he's going to be challenging for the position before he has to pit again.
If Refrax were to pit right now, he would come out in about 7th place.
Yeah. And I wonder if he's going to go for fresh mediums or if he's going to go on the softs.
I think the smartest bet for him would be softs, because he could easily bring this to lap 20, and that's just like right in the sweet spot. 19-20 would be perfect. Rad pits.
Yeah, so Red, another one of those medium hard runners, doing 13 laps on mediums. Scappy picks up his 3 seconds. Yeah.
That's 9 seconds for Cappy now.
If one of you guys could do a penalties check, I forgot to turn on my sim hub overlay.
Yep.
Not a lot of people have SimHub, so I'm gonna scroll through the incidents here real quick.
No, I haven't. For Cappy is 9 seconds of penalties. In P6 is Draken with 3 seconds. Behind him is Trash Panda with 6 seconds. Behind him is Rad with 3 seconds. Jumping down to P11, SoCal Blazer with 6 seconds. P12, the Peach with 3 seconds. 14, Quirk with 3 seconds. And Blue Cow with 3 seconds.
So no one in the top 5 except for Cappy with penalties. It's good to see. But yeah, we'll see how Slick doesn't even need to pass here. He just needs to maintain his pace. He's essentially a pit stop ahead of Refrax at the moment with 20 seconds behind.
He wants to make sure that he's not overheating his tires by actually following too closely to Refrax and getting the effects of the dirty air, because they are fairly pronounced. Pfeiffer picks up 3 seconds on penalty.
Yeah, and Draken pits for presumably hards. Trash Panda continuing on the softs.
Gaining time and almost within DRS of Refrax now.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna wanna. Ooh, he actually set a purple sector. 6/10 quicker than Refrax in Sector 1. Coming into the chicane, he's remarkably closed that gap a lot. Through Sector 2, which is almost entirely a just straight, he is actually a tenth slower than Refrax. So Refrax is utilizing a lot more of his energy to get forward there.
So Cappy, meanwhile, has found his next target. It's going to be Bacon Sushi.
I think target might be right. We've seen a couple of torpedoing.
Yep. But Cappy still has yet to pit, which he'll probably do in a couple laps time. So if Bacon has a race engineer listening, Bacon Sushi does not need to fight this too much, especially considering Cappy's been quite aggressive this race. It's better to just
Pull over.
I wouldn't say pull over, but not lose too much time battling someone who's a pit stop behind.
Fastest lap on the on the hards.
Yeah, wow.
Slick, you mean?
Slick, yeah, on the hards.
Yeah, 132.
Oh yes.
Bacon Sushi goes wide, as does Cappy though.
Oh, and Slick is right on the rear of Refrax, coming through the back straight. But Slick doesn't have a lot of energy, whereas Refrax does. The question is, will Refrax use his energy to fight it? I don't think he isn't so far. Oh, he is. He finally tunes out his overtake as they come into the chicane.
Oof. Slick catching some oversteer at the exit of the chicane and loses him a couple tenths there. And now, yeah, another train behind Bacon Sushi, involving Cappy and Eiston.
Closing quickly. He's gonna go for it.
And he gets the move done.
Yeah.
Smart on Bacon, not fighting there.
No, but Bacon's right back at him.
Well, if he's got the traction, he's gonna take it, but
He absolutely does.
Yeah, and Bacon sails by him actually. And meanwhile, Eiston is observing this behind all of them, because Eiston actually is racing Bacon Sushi. Both of them on the mediums.
Cappy taking another warning for sure for that interesting exit.
Actually, I guess to be fair, all three of these have to pit again, because Bacon's on mediums that are pretty old, so it won't last them until the end of the race. Cappy does into pits, so Cappy, smart I think from him. He's losing a lot of time in this traffic here. He's going to be pitting onto the mediums to the end of the race, trying to come back in some fresh air. Meanwhile, at the front, Slick is half a second behind Refrax, going to the DRS zone. 30% energy. Will he activate overtake mode?
I think the smart thing to do would be to save for another lap and don't try to force the issue because Refrax is coming in fairly soon anyway.
Yeah, smart thing to do, definitely
He
just
also
do,
is
using
not
this
even
toe
turning the
essentially.
engine up. Brad picks up 3 seconds. I think Slick is definitely just biding his time.
The question is, will that is Refrax slowing him down enough to be able to recuperate all the time he needs on the slick and the soft tires?
So Quirk battling Cappy, going to turn 3. Cappy much better under braking there. Quirk was a little bit wide in turn 3. Cappy now looking at the back of Pfeiffer. He's going to have much better pace here on fresh mediums. He's got a lot of overtaking to do though.
And
Alright,
Pfeiffer does not have energy.
Here's an interesting thought. Both Refrax and Slick are well over a pit stop ahead of Bacon Sushi. If I'm Slick and Refrax goes in, I go in too.
No point. If I'm Slick, my tires can last until the end.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I think
but
the
it
risk
depends on when
of
Refrax goes in. If he
I think
can,
the risk of taking a penalty or something going wrong in the pit lane is a bit higher. You know, I don't think it would be a bright idea to pit. I think if he went for this strategy at the start, it's better to stick to it than to change and try to match, because things could go wrong, and he might feel more comfortable fighting a Delta rather than fighting him wheel to wheel direct.
We have cars 3 wide now going into the last sector. That's Cappy tapping the Trash Panda. Oh, someone's gonna spin here. Someone's gonna spin here. It's all 2 of them. Cappy and Trash Panda spun. Pfeiffer escapes unharmed there. Quirk goes wide a little bit there. And yeah, you saw that coming 3 wide going into the late apex turn. I think it's turn 10 or 11 there.
Yeah, that is Cappy not being able to turn enough to get around the corner and just sending it right into Trash Panda. That was unavoidable, really. Somebody should have backed out, and I guess it's up to the FIA to determine who.
Quirk now under pressure. Draken looks for a dive on the inside of turn 2 or turn 3. Still behind him in turn 4 though. Oh, has to lock up both of his front tires to avoid hitting Quirk, and now he loses the position to Trash Panda. Trash Panda getting a nice exit onto the front or the main straight here. DRS open is going to be smooth sailing. Look at the difference in speed there. Trash Panda up into the points.
That's Draken following. Oh, Draken tries to go for a move on Trash as well.
Oh, they spin, both of them.
Yeah, that's Quirk into Draken, and both of them have spun. I believe Quirk is reset, but Draken is not.
Bacon Sushi is now pitting for the second time. Aston staying out. Drakenwolf getting a 10-second time penalty. That should be appealed. If I was Drakenwolf, I would definitely appeal that. Unfortunately, if he comes to the pits again, he doesn't have to pit again. Yeah, so I'd definitely appeal that. Slick though, maintaining this gap here behind, not saving too much energy here. Actually using overtake. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point when you have such a superior strategy to the car ahead. You know they're pitting still.
Yeah, I unfortunately do not think that the soft tires will have it in them to well, the softs and Refrax will have it in them to catch Slick up by the 20 seconds required in 10 laps and get past. And the window is actually closing now. He's up to lap 18, so there's only 9 laps left.
The 2 OG admins of ARC going head to head here now for P6. Bacon Juice behind Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer not defending very well. Yeah, not defending at all. And that's going to be a job done before the corner for Bacon Juice up into P6. Still needs to pit again though. Pfeiffer does not. Pfeiffer loses another position to Trash Panda. Doesn't need to battle these guys though still. this medium to hard strategy is superior. I think Trash Panda might stretch his tires out to the end, but Bacon Juice surely must pit.
Oh yeah, Trash Panda could definitely make it.
Refract should be pitting any lap now, but I think he's trying to stretch him as much as possible. It's 60% on the front and only 45 on the rear.
I would have pit a lot sooner if I was Refrax. He needs the sauce to be able to catch back up, and the longer he goes, like eight laps on sauce is easy peasy. So he really should not be trying to give himself less time on the sauce than he has right now.
Yeah, and he might be praying for a safety car just so he can get essentially free pit stop onto the softs. But Slick.
I mean, there hasn't been even a VFC at this point,
Yep.
so I doubt the safety car comes out.
It looks right now, it looks like Rad has a good opportunity to pick up a pole position.
Yeah, and Slick
There
is
goes
in.
Refrax.
Or sorry, Refrax is in.
Oh, he picks
Oh,
a penalty!
He gets 5 second penalty.
For
It's,
good measure there, and Slick inherits the race lead. Refrax will come out, I think, still in P2, but under pressure from Eiston. Eiston still needs to pit though as well, so pretty safe into P2. But Slick will be breezing his way these next 7.5 laps to his first victory of the season.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's exactly what I said. You don't want to pit because you might get a 5 second penalty, and Refrax picks it up. Unfortunately, he did have to pit. It would have been unfortunate if that was roles reversed. Slick decided to come in, and he got it instead. As I believe that Slick just put in the fastest first sector of the race. Yeah, that's a 23-1, which is purple. Guess it's purple rain time for him.
Yeah, free air now. He's free to push as much as he'd like. Bacon Juice under pressure from Fife and Juansaria. SoCal Laser making the move up into P8. Lots of battles here this race, though.
Absolutely, and oh. So Bacon Sushi is in P4. Eiston is just coming out of the pits behind him. Eiston's gonna spend a bit of time battling Bacon in recovery positions, and that sets him up, or that sets Rad up really well to really take these hearts to the end. I think Rad's gonna, be a beautiful P3. I don't think Eiston's gonna have the room to get up there, but Rad does have 3 seconds of penalty, so that might in the end take that podium away from him.
Man,
Yeah, but
SoCal's gear shifts, sorry to interrupt you. SoCal's gear shifts are insane if you get right on board with him during the first sector. See side by side now with Cappy. Cappy using a lot of energy, but SoCal is out of energy. SoCal, if I was him, I would use a slipstream, which I don't know why he's not. Pulling over to the side of Cappy, which allows Cappy to maintain the position. Now gets a much better exit, and you can see, again, using overtake, be 4% left. Again, pulls out of the slipstream, I think, a little bit too early. Will he have enough speed to carry through? They're still side by side now. Oh, has to lift. But now they have the inside. Okay, fair play. Cappy leaves some space now. Still battling going into the third sector. This late apex might throw Cappy off a little bit. Oh, threw SoCal off a little bit now. Again, using overtake with only 8% in his reserves. Cappy,
Yeah, 1 lap extra
and Cappy,
is still in standard.
Cappy just under 1, or just over 1 second. He won't have DRS for, behind Trash Panda. Didn't have enough in the detection zone. But it won't really matter. It's SoCal. Not enough energy to make the move into turn 1. Bacon Juice is pitted now.
What you brought up earlier, SoCal is short shifting to high heaven. He is not using anything basically past 10,000 RPM. That's it's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, and you can see now going very, very wide as a result of his high gear usage. Eiston on the fresh medium is going to be battling Bacon Sushi for P4. This will be a huge pace advantage on the fresh softs. As purple
Cappy picks up another 3 seconds.
Yeah, and purple middle sector for Eiston on softs. As Refrax has the fastest time.
Cappy and Trash Panda both have 12 seconds penalties, and SoCal is 6 seconds.
And Cappy go around the outside of SoCal on the fast right-hander. He's gonna be lining up Trash Panda in his crosshairs. We're back now with Eiston. Let's see just how faster these softs are compared to Bacon's mediums. Ooh, locks up his fronts there in the last corner. But he gets a much better exit now. Going into turn number 1. Overtake enabled. Bacon Sushi holds around outside. That'll be a job done before even the 150 meter board. Up into P4.
Yeah, you can see Refrax is not making the indents he needs to into Slick's lap times. He's only a second faster.
Ooh, that's Pfeiffer spun into the wall. Coming out of the last corner, no.
His front wing is pretty much
Yeah.
non-existent at this point.
That is significant wing damage. I would not be surprised if he retires. Yeah, as I was saying, Refrax is just not making the time he needs to get anywhere close to Slick, really. He's only lapping 1.1 seconds faster than Slick is, and he needs a lot more. With 9 laps left is when he pit, I believe. Or sorry, even then it was 6 laps left.
And he also has 5 seconds from speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, he does as well. So it looks like this is a really comfortable win from Slick, and that's superior tire strategy is... Oh! Slick takes 3 seconds penalties for multiple warnings. That's fine.
Down to matter, yeah.
He's still comfortably ahead, and that breaks Refrax's, is this 6 win streak, right? 6 wins in a row for Refrax?
5. This is
5?
round 6, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 5 wins in a row, broken by Slick. That's quite the feat, and I think Slick really owes it to choosing to go onto the better tires and being able to qualify on pole with the mediums. Just incredible pace on those mediums.
Cappy using all of his overtake now to pass Trash Panda on the outside, going to turn 1. SoCal and Juan Saria not too far behind, so Juan Saria picks up another 3-second time penalty. SoCal though, down the inside of turn 3, brakes late, has to cut the corner I think to make that stick, but makes it happen in the end. 4 laps to go here. Battle for P6 is heating up, but Cappy's making use of this battle for P7, extending his gap behind. Already SoCal no DRS, so Cappy will be happy that these guys behind him are fighting. Chance for him to extend his gap and maybe chase down Bacon Sushi ahead.
Speaking of T3 Rad, who is now 6 seconds ahead of Eiston. I don't think Eiston's gonna have the
Oh, Cappy catches oversteer and almost takes out SoCal behind as he rejoins the racing line. That was super sketchy. SoCal's not gonna be happy with that.
No, but SoCal will get by Cappy regardless of what happens, just on penalties alone, even if he doesn't get the on-track overtake. Which it looks like, no! Oh, and he collects him again! Oh, this has been one incident-prone race from one end to the
and spins again under acceleration due to the high tire temps. Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take for them to realize that Sector 3 is not overtaking material. But
24 laps apparently, and counting.
Yeah, but Trash Panda and Juan Saria will be happy with that. They're up into P6 and P7. We'll see. Have a look at the positions gained. So Rad up 10 positions. Superb drive from the mediums to hards there. Did all he needed to do for a consistent drive up into the podium places. Easy job there, they pick for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's definitely got this P3 locked. I don't think 3 laps, 2 laps, whatever, is enough time for Eiston to get anywhere close to him. Well, I mean, he does only have a 2-second gap, so maybe there's a chance he loses it just on the penalty alone, which would suck. But Eiston is not managing his energy well, and Rad is doing very, very good. He's up to 40%. He's running between 70 and 40, whereas Eiston's, in the low 20s to basically 0. So This is going to be a challenge for Iceman to close another 2 seconds to make sure he's within 3 seconds of Rad. But again, I don't think that's going to happen in the final 2 laps of the race. But we will see.
Peach caught up to Chewy here. Chewy's on the relatively old softs, struggling a little bit with dirty airs. Peach, but he's going to have the nicer line coming out of the last corner. Needs to be patient on throttle. Does still gets a decent exit. ERS open, overtake on. He's a little bit low on fuel though. I think he's under his fuel delta. Looks for a no way he's gonna make that land. That was from way deep there, Peach.
Yeah, Peach is 0.1 laps under his fuel, so
Okay.
he's got just a bit of lifting, coasting, or running lean through corners to save. Oh, and he makes contact with the rear of Chewy. Got a bit eager on the overtake there. Another side by side coming onto the straight, but Peach backs off just a bit, but he is right behind. Has no energy to speak of, but he has got the DRS, and that is not enough for
Chewy,
for the
yeah,
tire advantage.
Chewy doing well to defend the inside there. As the first driver I've actually seen all race do that. But now he's gonna be under pressure down the, I guess the third straight, I guess you can call it. Chewy's going semi-defensive, doing a little bit of a squeeze onto Peach, and Peach has to lift.
I think I can recant my prediction for Rad. I do think he is going to lose that P3. Just looking at the previous lap times, Iceland, I do think he's going to get within the 3 seconds required. Trash Panda picks up another penalty. That's 18 seconds for him.
Oof.
Easton started the lap 25 at 4.6 seconds or so he really hasn't gained too much.
Well, his last lap was a 33.1, and Rad's last lap was a 34.7. So
Chewy tries to switch back into turn 1, but has to go wide in turn 2 now. Peach up into P9. Chewy though on the softs will, try to use them in their last breaths to pass him right back. I'm not sure what the penalty situation is for these two, but they've been battling on track for a couple laps now.
Unfortunately for Rad, he has an entire lap to defend 5/10 because he does have a 3-second penalty. He is going to lose that. But P4 is nothing to scoff at, especially not after 9 positions gained for it. And yeah, it does look like Iceland's just reeled him in really quickly.
Rad really needs to use that energy he's got in reserves this lap.
And I think Iceland's going to make a few mistakes to make this happen or get a penalty of his own, because he is within 3 seconds now. But he is out of energy, so 5% in deploying overtake down the start straight. If there was ever time for hammer time, it is now Rad. As he regains the 3 seconds now. Very well driven from him.
Going to be quite close come up to the line.
Bacon Juice has, since they just got lapped, Bacon Juice has about 3 corners left to beat Drake and Wolf, but we're right on board with Slick, who's out of ERS himself. Doesn't matter, he's going to be cruising his way to his first victory in Tier 3 this season. Slick wins the French Grand Prix on the hard tires. Very well deserved. Now Bacon jumps Draken on penalties, but we're right on board here with Iceland, who needs to claw back 3/10 now. I think, is that right? Is he?
Yeah, 3/10.
Yeah,
4/10
now.
I think he might have it.
He's out of energy, but does have enough fuel in the tank to get it done.
Which, speaking of fuel in tank, Rad has been riding at 0, so there's a chance he could run out before the line, but there's also a chance that could happen to... No, Iceland's at 0.1, so he's been running Rich the entire lap, because he was at 0.4 at the beginning of the lap. So this is going to be down to the wire, but I do think that Rad is going to have it if he could just ace together this final...
Yeah,
and,
mistake in the last
can't
corner.
pull anything out.
Mistake
And
from
he does
Iceland
have
there. Unless this overtake button can be used to full effect here. No. 2.5 tenths short of a podium position, but Rad up 10 places, driver of the day. Fantastic result from him.
Absolutely.
Wansari as well. Decent recovery from him. He had a lap 1 incident. Finishes in P6, I believe. Yeah, Trash Panda will be dropping down the field after these penalties are applied. Peach finishes in the points in P7, ahead of Cappy, actually. After all that, it's a great result from him.
And Trash Panda is still dropping.
Yeah, Trash Panda in P10. We'll see if he can hold on to these points. I think he does. Yeah, so Trash Panda finished in the points, but that's it. Slick is your race winner. Congrats to him. Refrax P2. And Rad rounds out your podium position and your driver of the day.
Absolutely, and huge congratulations to Slick for finally being able to win against Refrax. The first time that Refrax has not won in this season of Tier 3. And he takes a selfie on the podium. Kids these days.
Yeah, and props to Ice and Bacon not picking up any penalties there. Bacon Sushi, of course.
Congratulations to Twitch for having your bitrate ruined by the confetti.
Yeah, turn those particles down.
So we're gonna go into our interview room today. Kia, Righteous, who do we want to bring in today first? Race winner?
Why
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
All right, race winner it is. As I drag him up through all of the channels because he was in the last one. Slick,
Hey,
congrats! First win of the season. How does it feel?
pretty good.
It's the
Awesome.
the first win by anybody other than Refrax. That must feel great.
Really hoping to break his streak.
You did, and I think actually I want to ask you, what do you think was the defining factor today? Because I think we all have our own idea about what it is.
Strategy?
Energy?
Prayer strategy.
Tire strategy. Yes, that is what we thought. I was wondering if you did some funky energy management. No, yeah, definitely your strategy, your ability to put it on pole on mediums, beating out his soft time was it was fantastic.
Thank you. You'd lose like 30 seconds in the pit lane here.
Yeah, it is a bit of a kick in the stomach. You spent quite a few laps behind him. Was that a conscious choice? Like you're 1 second to a couple of tenths off of him for a decent chunk of your hard stint at the start. Were you looking to get by him, or were you just trying to ride him, knowing that he would have to pit at some point and you could just sail off after that?
I was hoping to stay behind him, but I was starting to get nervous, thinking he might stretch those mediums a little bit further than what
Yeah.
I recommend.
Yeah. Congrats to you. Great strategy today. Hopefully looking forward to seeing you battle for the wins later on in the season.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, and we'll bring in our runner-up today, Refrax. Actually, no, never mind. Refrax is no longer in the voice channel. So
Let's go, Rad.
Rad is also no longer in a voice channel.
These guys are partying already after their great races.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like we'll see you guys later. Wednesday, tune in for that. It's the Austrian Grand Prix in Tier 1. That'll be really fun to watch, assuming people will actually show up.
I'll be there.
Yeah, and Kia will be as well. I'll be in there.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'll be there in spirit. And thank you guys for watching.
Who's my new teammate?
We'll figure that one out later. See you guys. Bye.